Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about female external genitalia. Now let's understand from the very basics. The genital organs, whether they are from male or female, they have two basic functions. The first function is urination and the second function is reproduction. So either in case of male or female, there should be a urination function and of a reproduction function. So urination function, we all know that the urethra opens in the at the tip of the penis or glans penis, and in the female there is a urethral opening also. But if we talk about reproduction, what we basically need here is, in case of male, we need to inject the sperms. The sperms are the reproductive cells of male, to inject in deep into the female organs, female genital organs, that is uterus, where they can meet their female part like ovum. So the female should have a cavity from which the sperm can pass and go through the uterus. So in case of female, we have a vagina and we have a vaginal opening in the external genitalia along with urethral openings. So this is the basic function of both genders genitalia. This is male's genitalia and this is female's genitalia. So let's talk about female genitalia, external genitalia. What we should expect that the female genitalia should have, it should have openings of urethral, one is the for urination, urethral opening, and the second one is vaginal opening. Along with these two openings, we also have two assistant glands opening. The first assistant gland are Skinny's gland, which assist the urethra and urethral openings, and we also have Bartholin's gland, the gland which assists reproduction. For example, Bartholin's glands secretes alkaline secretions, and this alkaline secretion will help the sperm to survive in acidic vaginal environment, because we all know that the vaginal environment is of acidic. The pH of vaginal mucosa or secretion is 4.5, so it's very acidic. So to survive in this acidic environment, the sperm needs some alkaline support, and this Bartholin glands will give them alkaline support. So this is how we learn what should be there in the external genitalia. So now we see the uh, very popular image of external genitalia. We will learn this image not just mugging up, we will learn by their function and why they are present in this structure. Everyone has some reason. So whenever this question is asked in exam, you need to draw the figure. And how you draw the figure, very basic thing I will make you learn. Just draw like this. These are the boundaries of genitalia, and the boundary of genitalia is made of skin, and this, both the thick skins, the fold of skins, are known as labia majora. which made of a thick skin. This is the mons pubis, which is present anteriorly to the oval perineum, and there are uh, hair glands on there on this mons pubis. Now, inside the labia majora is just nothing but a skin folds. But inside the labia majora, there is another fold of mucous membranes, and these folds are known as labia minora. For additional protection of all these structures. So if we talk about labia majora, anteriorly both labia majora join and make anterior commissure, and posteriorly they make posterior commissure. It is easy to learn. Okay. Now, the labia minora posteriorly they join and make fourchette, but anteriorly they just enclose one thing, that is clitoris. Anteriorly they enclose clitoris. For example, if we see broadly, so these are the labia minora, and they just make a gap in between them, and this gap, from this gap there is a clitoris rising. So anteriorly labia minora encloses the clitoris. So this both these folds also have some name. If you go to here in this image, if you see, this is the clitoris, okay, and this fold is known as prepose of clitoris, this one, okay, and this is called frenulum, this one. Also see here, this one, this is a frenulum. Now you understand the anatomy of labia minora. Okay, inside a labia minora there is another structures, another set of structures are present, and these structures are urethral opening, the vaginal opening. Urethral opening have also have assistant glands opening here, the glands of skinny, and vaginal opening has also assisted reproductive glands opening here, that is Bartholin's glands opening. So this triangular space, which have urethral opening, vaginal opening, and both of these glands opening, it is called vestibule. So vestibule is not per se a structure, it's an area. Vestibule is an area, a triangular area in which these openings are there. So that's how we define the vestibules. Now, inside the vestibules, we have these openings, okay, and this one here, around the vaginal opening, there is a membrane that present before the female have a first sexual intercourse. With the first sexual intercourse, this membrane is broken. The first sexual intercourse, this membrane is broken like this. And my friend, this membrane is called hymen. And this hymen is nothing but a fold of mucous membrane. So this is how you understand the chronology of these structures. Now let's more talk about some Bartholin's glands. As we have discussed before, they are assisted reproductive glands. But we need to understand more about this Bartholin glands. Anatomy of Bartholin glands is important. Now I will tell you why it's important. Again, I told you there is nothing uh, that is without any reason. The reason why I'm going to talk to you is this. Many patients comes with a swelling just lateral wall of the vagina comes to you. They can come to you. So whenever you see this kind of lesion, you must understand that this may be a Bartholin cyst. Bartholin cyst is nothing but the inflammation, and swelling of Bartholin glands. Otherwise, Bartholin glands are just like this. They are shrunken and having their gland. But when there is an infection inside there, the accumulation of pus and other structures make it globular and tense, and it's very painful also. So that's why you need to understand the anatomy of Bartholin gland. So Bartholin gland have two parts: the gland proper and the duct that transmits the secretions into the vaginal opening. So the duct open in the vaginal uh, in the vestibule at the junction of posterior two-third and anterior one-third of the vaginal orifice. Where it opens in the groove between the labia minora and hymen. So my friends, you know the where is the opening of duct? Posterior two-third and anterior one-third junction in the groove between labia minora and hymen. The gland resides in the posterior lateral wall of vagina. Okay, posterior lateral wall of vagina, the Bartholin gland resides. Posterior lateral wall. So whenever you find this kind of infectious glands, the patient comes to you with a pain, you need to give them antibiotics, and if it is not resolved by antibiotics and painkillers, you need to do a surgical intervention that we will discuss further in further videos. So for right now, you need to understand only this kind of structures. I hope you find the basic the basic reason behind why we are discussing these things. Thank you.